So it all began in 1978 when the book by Stephen King was released, called The Stand. Is a post-apocalyptic dark fantasy novel written by American author Stephen King, first published in 1978. Then they made a mini-series in 1994. Then it went to film in 2020. 1 season, 9 episodes. The filming started in September of 2019. A month later, in October, was the Event 201. And then November 19th in Wuhan, China, was Patient Zero for COVID. So The Stand, just a little bit about the plot line from the book. The Stand is a post-apocalyptic dark fantasy novel. I read that. The plot centers on a deadly pandemic of a weaponized influenza and its aftermath, in which the few surviving humans gather into factions that are each led by a personification of either good or evil, and seem fated to clash with each other. So then we come to the movie, the Stand TV series release in 2021. Let's have a look at IMDb. And you would think it would be there, but it's not. Let's put in... Okay, 2020. See, 2020-21 mini-series. After the world is in ruins, due to a man-made plague, a battle of biblical proportions ensues between the survivors. That's one plot line. After the mass destruction caused by the man-made virus called Captain Trips, a false messiah emerges, possessing incredible powers. A false messiah. Incredible powers and hell-bent on ruling the remaining human society. It's up to a group of people to traverse the post-apocalyptic wasteland to stop him and his army. Now, the false messiah in Revelation chapter 13 begins his story at verse 11. And there was a second beast that had the power of the first beast, and he's the one that has power to call down fire from heaven, as we read later in the book of Revelation. The power that is given to the two beasts is the second beast has the power to do miracles. Keep that in mind for what I'm about to show you next. Taglines: choose your side. Just 2 taglines. Take your stand. Yes, that's important. And what I'm about to show you. Now we go to the release dates, as I found this system many years ago, and I've come to understand it thoroughly. So again, as I've printed out each, what I've just read. A mutating flu is what it is. Influenza, souped up influenza. After the world is in ruins due to a man-made plague. Now, the USA release date, as I'm about to show you here, was the 17th of December 2020. Brazil was the first. And we scroll down to United States, December 17th, 2020. Oh, whose birthday was that of that year? Pope Francis's birthday. And it's the year that he turned 84 years old, which is connected back to Obama's birth date. Obama born on the 8th of the 4th. Right, so we scroll down to the last release. Currently, the last release sits at April 4th, 2022 in Finland. 1318 they purposely take the numbers from chapter 13, verse 18, because that's the 666 verse in the book of Revelation, and they schedule and orchestrate their plans, release dates here, the staggered release dates, to be 1318. See? And Pope Francis's 84th birthday is the 17th of December 2020. Now, it gets better and better because, as I'm about to show on YouTube, the filming concluded in Vancouver, Canada on March the 11th, 2020, when WHO declared COVID a global pandemic. Really? So then we go to YouTube, where you can watch the shorts, the trailers for the 9... Well, you can watch the trailer for the original, because there's 9 episodes, 1 season. The Stand and COVID. Alright, here's the clip. There's lots of clips here, so up to you to go and watch as many as you like. Even Stephen Colbert and Stephen King getting together, talking about, yeah, so revealing, so much on here. But anyway, what I want to point out is this one here. James Marsden on making Stephen King's The Stand and the COVID pandemic. It was surreal. Oh, just a coincidence that the day we finished filming was March the 11th, 2020. And the plot line was just so connected to what was actually happening in the world. And, oh, well, it's like, how did this happen? How did we become a part of a TV series that was just, yeah, absolute verbatim for the story that was playing out in real life? Pope Francis. So let me just finish with this. After the mass destruction caused by man-made virus called COVID-19 trips, a false messiah emerges, possessing incredible powers and hell-bent on ruling the remaining human society. Georgia Guidestones 2030, 17 Sustainable Development Goals, signed off in 2015 to 2030, the depopulation eugenics agenda. It's up to a group of people to traverse the post-apocalyptic wasteland to stop him and his army. Tagline, choose your side, take your stand. Most definitely take your stand and know what's going on. Not just walking around with your eyes closed and your ears shut, thinking that this isn't happening to this level of degree of organization, and that couldn't possibly be the prophetic side of the book of Revelation is coming to pass in ways we never thought imaginable. We never imagined it could take place like this, so it just couldn't be true. I keep talking to people and trying to point these things out to people and show people these so-called coincidences, and for them to have a realization that this all means something, and the lights are not on. People are still, whether jabbed or unjabbed, Christian or non-Christian, it makes no difference. Stupid comes, stupid goes.